I want to introduce Rodney. Mr. Rodney. Next.
Hey, everybody do me a favor, would you?
Sure.
Everybody post your hand up in the air like this here. Everybody. Now flop her around like that. I want to make sure I got to shake hands with everybody. You know, my wife told me this morning, she said, I'll show y'all the skinny fella size, but if I suck in that far, my britches fall down. Y'all don't want to see that. Hey, is it back there? It is cutting it out here. Y'all all know that God has a sense of humor, right?
Right.
God had, you know, I've discovered over the years, God has the best sense of humor that ever was. And I have discovered that I have proof. I have physical proof that I told everywhere that I go that God has a sense of humor. Y'all want to see it?
Sure.
You think he made me look like this and he was serious about it?
Come on, bro.
I love God, really. But, you know, we was talking a while ago, and every one of you folks seem to have some, you got your name, and then y'all got some other name that y'all call each other. So she told me, she said, you ought to have another name. And I told her, well, I got another name. She just didn't know what it was. Y'all remember the CB radio days?
Yeah.
Well, I had me another name back in. Yeah. I'm the biscuit snatcher. As you can tell, I'm pretty good at it too. Hey, y'all know what else? We're originally from Texas. We moved to Arkansas. We learned that the toothbrush was invented in Arkansas. You know why? If it had been invented anywhere else, they'd have called it the teeth brush. Hey, you know, really serious thing, when I was in Texas, I had all my teeth. We moved to Arkansas, and within a year, I'd lost 3 of them. That's a true story. That's serious. That ain't no kidding. We moved to Arkansas and I lost 3 teeth. And my wife finally got me under control. She took one at a time. No, really, they just fell out on their own and moved to Arkansas. Okay, now I'm gonna get serious now. I wasn't always a Christian, y'all. I used to be an atheist, or at least that's what I claim to be. I had figured out since I become a Christian, I never was really an atheist. I was just mad at God, like I believe most atheist folks are. They ain't nobody don't really believe. They just mad at God for some reason or another, and they come up with these stupid excuses, you know. And pardon me, but that's the way I see it. It's stupid excuses. But after the Lord God did got a hold of me one night, I mean, he reached down and touched me one night in a way that I couldn't deny. And whenever he did that, he showed me all of my old man's past. And he showed me where he had been and all the places in my life where he had kept me alive so many times. Because I used to not be a very good, well, I wasn't a good boy. I used to be a real bad. And the Lord picked me up out of a whole bunch of places and kept me alive. Because he had a use for my life. And a time after I got saved and given my life over, you know, I decided that I wanted to serve God, not just believe, you know, but I wanted to serve Him in some way. And I sat down one evening and I started talking to God, you know, just in prayer, just talking, you know, and it was the coolest thing too. Whenever I finally figured out that really all prayer is just talk to God, just like you talk to anybody, you know, and listen back, and He will speak back to you, and it's cool, y'all. You know, have any of y'all ever heard the actual voice of God?
Yes.
I have. He speaks back to me. He talks to me. And it's cool whenever I hear the voice of God. Y'all know what He sounds like? Y'all know what God sounds like? God sounds like a redneck. He does. God speaks perfect redneck. And that's good, because I don't speak English. I speak redneck. My wife, bilingual, she speaks English and redneck. And that's good, because sometimes folks don't know what I'm talking about. She can translate for me. But anyway, I told God, you know, I said, Lord, you know, I'd like to serve you in some capacity. You know, I'd like to do something. I said, but Lord, I've run from you so hard all my life. I don't know how to be a preacher. I told him, I said, there's things in the Bible, I know it's in there, but I can't quote scripture to folks. You know, I can't look in the Bible and plan out and deliver a sermon and stuff like that. I said, shoot, Lord, I don't even like to stand up. I don't even like to be in a crowd of folks, let alone stand up in front of all of them and talk. He said, well, I'll take care of that here, don't worry about it. And I said, okay. And he spoke to him and he said, Rodney, he said, what I want you to do, I don't want you to stand up there and quote scripture out of the Bible. He said, what I want you to do, he said, I want you to stand up and tell folks what I've done in your life. He said, I want you to tell my people about a God that's alive today.
Amen.
He's not just a God stuck in a 2,000-year-old book.
Amen.
That He's living in the pages and He's living out of the pages. That He can work miracles, or He said that I could, meaning Him, not me. He said that He could work miracles in y'all's lives, just like He's worked miracles in my life. I mean, just the fact that I'm standing up here talking to all you people and enjoying it, because this is fun, is a miracle. Because like I said, I didn't even like to be in a crowd of people, let alone standing up and addressing a bunch of people. I'm a walking, living miracle of God. I've received physical healing before, just all kind of little things. There's so many ways that I can testify about my Lord. It's all exciting and real. But Lord told me, He said, Ronnie, I want you to stand up before people and I want you to talk to them. And He said, I will give you testimony. I will show you things as we go along together. And He does. And it's so cool, some of the things that God shows me, y'all. Such as the thing I'm going to lay on y'all today is that as a career, as a working career, I was a glazer. Y'all know what a glazer is? Okay, a couple of fellas do. Carpenters build houses. Plumbers put plumbing in them. Electricians put all electric stuff in them, you know. Glazers do the glass. I was a glass man, commercial and residential, anything you can think of just about having to do with glass. That's what I did as a career. And one day, I was standing up in front of a church. And y'all know how most all churches are set up, you know, pretty much like this right here. And I was standing up there talking to them folks, and Lord like to kind of trip me up sometimes. I'm pretty simple, y'all, if y'all can't tell. But standing up there talking to folks, and he'll put things into my head. He'll show me things. I was standing up there in front of a church one day, congregation, kind of like y'all, and the Lord said, in the back of my head, He said, Rodney, look out in front of me. What do you see? And what He revealed to me was pretty awesome. As a glass man, as a glazer, every glass man I've ever met in my life, we use a Kennedy toolbox. That's one of them big toolboxes that opens up like this here. And this side here opens up, and there's a row of trays down this side. This side opens up, there's a row of trays down this side, and a big open place right down the middle. So the Lord said, look in front of you, what do you see? And I says, well, that's cool, Lord. I'm standing in front of my toolbox like I've done for years. I'm standing right up against the tailgate, and I've got my toolbox opened up, and both sides open. And in this row of trays over here, I see all kinds of little gadgets and gizmos and specialty tools. Inside this row of trays over here, I see another whole bunch of little gadgets and gizmos and parts and specialty tools. And a big open place right down the middle with all my big tools in it. Just like what y'all call the church house. I see y'all. Right now I'm looking in my toolbox. And it's cool. You see, the deal is, as a glass man, I had all kinds of tools that I might not only use this tool, but one time a year. But whenever I needed that tool, I needed that tool. There wasn't no other tool that was going to work. You know, I could figure out some way to jerry rig it and get by, you know, but really that tool was the one I wanted. And whenever the Lord showed me all of this, He had me to look out the window. That church had windows over there. He said, look out them windows over there. And he said, all them cars you see going by right there, he said, every one of them cars has got a job in it. Because there's people driving that car. And if they ain't in church this morning, they're a job. They need to be in church. They need to be believing in the Lord. They need to be serving God. Or at least living for God. He said, so every one of them jobs you see out there, I need the tool to work on that job. And us, see, whenever y'all come to church, y'all come to church every Sunday, right? But you don't. Because y'all are the church. This is just a building where the church meets. It's a great big toolbox. Y'all see a church house, I see a great big toolbox. With, like I say, all kinds of specialty tools and regular tools. You know, I look out here and I see 7/16 wrenches. I see 9/16 and 5/8. I see common screwdrivers and torques and Phillips. I see all kinds of tools. And the point in all of this is that there's folks in the world that the Lord wants led to Christ. But I can approach that fella, and no matter how hard, no matter what I say, I can talk till I'm blue in the face. And I ain't never going to be able to convince that old boy to turn his life over to Jesus. I just ain't the tool that fits. But your pastor back here can. He can reach you. On the same hand, there's a guy in the world that he can't reach that I can. And that we can't reach, but you can. Or you can. Y'all see what I mean like that? So, what I like to do is, I always like to issue folks a challenge that I want you to see whenever, let me back up. Whenever the Lord showed me all this, I prayed. I said, Lord, that's cool, you know. I said, I want to be a tool in your big toolbox. Make me a tool. I said, as a matter of fact, make me your Jimmy tool. So I got a little tool in my toolbox, I call it my Jimmy tool. I love my Jimmy tool, boy. Every time I go out on a job, first thing I do is go get my little Jimmy tool holder in my back pocket. Then I go up and knock on the door, open the store door, or whatever, you know, talk to the folks, and it started working. I'm going to use my Jimmy tool. So I prayed to the God, you know, I said, Lord, make me a tool in your big box. I want to be your Jimmy tool. I want to be that first tool you go for. I want to be that go-to guy, you know. And the Lord began to use me. He really did. He got me out of bed to use me. But I like to challenge everybody, you know, pray to be a tool in the Lord's big toolbox. But also I issue this challenge with a warning that if you pray this, and I hope you do, hold on to your britches, because He will use you. He'll have you going and talking to folks that you never thought you'd talk to that guy. You never thought you'd talk to that woman, or whatever the case may be, you know. You never know when or where He's going to use you. So whenever you get that call in the middle of the night and you got to get up and go somewhere, don't grumble all the way over like I did one time. Because when you get there, you're going to figure out the Lord's just using a tool out of His box. Always be prepared.
Come on.
I think I'm pretty well done. But I always like to offer everybody an opportunity that if you don't know Jesus, there's no time like today to get to know Him. You know, I've met many people that think just because they've gone to church every day in their life. Their parents started taking them to church when they were babies, and they've been to church and they have served in the church faithfully all their lives. And they think they're a Christian, but they're not, because they've never invited Christ into their life. They've never actually invited Christ in. And He don't come in until you invite Him. So what I like to do personally is I just like to ask that everybody, I want everybody to participate with me, if you would, because I don't want nobody put on the spot. I like to invite everybody to bow their heads and close their eyes. And I'd like to ask that if there's anybody out there that if you were to die right now today, do you know whether you would go to heaven or hell? If you don't know, just poke your hand up right quick. If you don't know where you'd go. Huh. Well, if there's anybody that needs to poke it up, they need to poke it up better. Because it looks like everybody apparently knows. No, there's one. Okay, so, well, there's several. There's several. Okay, everybody raise your heads, put your hands down, all that kind of stuff. Now what I want everybody to do is I want everybody, whether you've ever invited Christ into your life or not, I want everybody to pray with me out loud. I asked the whole congregation here a while back to pray with me like this, and I failed to say out loud, and I started praying and nobody said a word. Wow, that was weird. So everybody pray with me out loud so that nobody's on the spot. Okay? And I want everybody to pray. Dear Heavenly Father.
Dear Heavenly Father.
I'd like to invite you into my life today. I want you to be my Lord and Savior. To walk with me the rest of my life. And And Father, this I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, now what I'm going to tell you is if you prayed that prayer today for the first time in your life and you meant it, and I mean you meant it, me and Karen are leaving out of here after the fall. What I want you to do is I want you to go to your pastor here and tell him that you made that decision in your life so that you can have somebody to follow up with. Now that you have become a Christian,